Native currency.
This is a Noxx production.
All right, boom, boom, boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Flip Thought Show. It's your host with the most, King Truth, Hosenberg, Benny Bo, the one with the word, the one with the flow. And we coming at you live, man, at 6:13. We got a special guest up in here with us today, man. Nick Noxx up in here, man. Shout out to the Blap Squad, Mafia, you feel me? Been making these hits for Dago for years, you know what I'm saying? Let me give him a little applause up in this motherfucker, man. Okay, so tell us a little bit about how long you've been, being like a beat maker slash producer, bro.
I've been a beat maker slash producer. I go back. Honestly, man, I started really cooking up when I was around like I say like 13, 14. It's probably around in the middle school, freshman year. Um, just playing around,
Yeah.
obviously. Even did some like gospel rapping, for a little bit. I didn't really start really considering myself like a producer until I'll say probably about mm, you know about 20, like 21 when I started my first beat for real. Honestly, when I started my first beat, that's when I started like really locking in, started really making
Yeah.
it make sense. So I'll say probably I'm like 10 years, 12 years deep now.
Yeah, about
12
12
years.
years in, right? About that.
Yeah, as far as being serious, really making money off of it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and cuz so you've had basically a lot of you've helped a lot of not well, yeah, you've helped a lot of artists out there in the Biggie for show, bro, because I know you produced a lot of people's albums like Owe. I don't know if you ever did anything with Siete and them. I'm not for sure, but I
Oh yeah,
know.
man. Yeah, that goes back, bro. That goes back. Yeah, Siete, yeah, Keep, obviously KT, man. Um, this goes back. I started working with them, man. When they was really not even really rapping for real.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, back when they was like kind of on the fence about it, kind of 50-50
Mhm.
still in the street. Um, I've seen the process of you know forcing them to rap. You know what I mean? And forcing, you know what I mean? So we got all types of different songs here and there with Bro for real, him and Keith. Obviously, I just did something recently with OA as far as his most recent project, uh, Marty McFly. I
Yeah,
did a
Marty.
lot of
You did some stuff
collabs.
with Briss as well, right?
Yeah, this my guy, his brother. You know, just everybody, man. Even Big June, Mitchy Slick. You know what I mean? Really just touched, Little Weirdo touched every part of the city for real. And like you said, I was at the part where the whole city was trying to get serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like really one of the first studios that was open and running 24/7. You know what I mean? Where it's not too much, which obviously it turned into a downfall, but it wasn't too much like restrictions on like
Mhm.
who could be around and like what you could do in there. You know what I mean? It was like more free flowing. Everybody was like really letting their creative shit go, being in there, fights and all types of shit. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Um,
So you
But
were
yeah, as
you
far
were
as,
around you were around for the Smacker Gang type of come up, right? You did a lot of Deanies and D Bar and them stuff in the
oh
beginning.
yeah, we was in the mix. I was we was shit. I was we was rolling together type shit every day type shit. That was when they was started really locking in with Thomas Tyrell. Started the video started really going crazy.
Mexico Mario. Shout out to Mexico Mario.
Yeah, my guy, yeah, that's my brother. Yeah, he had a lot to do with their sound too. Mario was he's a real one for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, the ground when it was making started really making some tracks and started getting serious, started making some noise. You know what I mean? Obviously, what happened with their downfall came with money and shit. But they was just trying to get it back. I've been talking to Bambito. I've been talking to D Bar.
Yeah,
I
Bambito got a
actually
new
it's
project
crazy.
on the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just saw Tim the other day. Matter of fact, it's crazy.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
Um,
Shout out to
yeah,
Tim, bro.
yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to me.
yeah. Ardini. The niggas that don't know. But yeah. That whole I seen. I seen that whole process. That was man
Yeah,
crazy.
nah, for sure. Nah, and that's crazy because like you said, that's for a lot of artists though, right? That you work with, you
Oh
see
yeah.
their progress.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Everybody, man. Everybody. Like when everybody first, I don't say everybody first started rapping, but when people started getting serious, I was the person that people would hit because I was easily accessible. You know what I mean? I made beats. I knew what I was doing. You know what I mean? And I didn't charge. You know what I mean? I wasn't charging too crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, Um, I think that really what started the wave of everybody really getting going
So
and
would you
saying
say you're
serious.
one of the pioneers, the producers out there in the Diddy, bro, that really like started really bringing out that wave and that sound?
For for this generation for sure. For this generation for sure. You know what I mean? Obviously being a producer, I know who came before me, who
Yeah.
was making noise before me, you know what I mean? Like Liquid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Shout
a
out to
bunch of other
Liquid.
people,
Yeah.
you know
Shout out
what I
to
mean?
yeah.
Dave Moss, Dave Moss, he really inspired me a lot too. I ain't gonna
Okay,
front.
yeah. Shout out to Dave Moss
Um,
for sure. Yep.
yeah, but when the city had a bunch of those those little underground like little blasts they was making, you know what I mean, in the closet,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, that whole wave, everybody, you know what I mean, I was really tapped into that, you know what I mean,
The
so I was really
function
paying
wave,
attention.
like the function wave.
Right,
Yeah.
no mouth. Um, he had a lot to do with a lot of shit too, because I fuck with Lil Mouth tough.
Shout out to Lil Mouth for sure. Yeah. Hmm.
That whole wave of who Mikey O, you know what I mean?
Shout out
Um,
to Mikey O. Yep, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. And obviously I did work with all of them, you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, as far as this generation, I'll say for sure, without a doubt, for sure, a pioneer. As far as, like I said, when the city started getting serious with this next generation, as far as not so much gang banging,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And we're really starting to lock in.
More
I
the
was,
pimp hop because that's what it really been lately is the pimp hop because that's the only reason I say that is
yeah,
because Juice Lee that's his
yeah,
category he
yeah,
categorizes his rap as pimp hop and he said that the city kind of like Yab Keek and them that's their genre is pimp hop it's like an ism
yeah,
type of you know what I'm saying
yeah. That's the whole city. Yeah, yeah. Gives you said that for Juice Lee is that he's a pioneer. Juice Lee, if
that
you
part
really pay attention to what he really did, he was doing a lot of shit before his time, man.
for sure
Um, and I fuck with Juice Lee. I mean, I did a lot of work for bro. He still hit
shout
me
out
to
to
this day.
CEO Juice Lee man for sure shout out to
Shit,
Smackionte man for
man,
sure
that's my guy for real. But yeah, that whole wave.
okay
Yeah, I started.
for
That's
sure
I
yeah
feel
and
for
that's
sure.
because but what's crazy about that though is that's years, bro. Like I'm thinking about that shit. That's like you're talking about like 2010, 11,
Yeah,
12.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's good to see now that because San Diego's always been influential. You know what I mean? And it's good to see now that it's actually really touching other cities. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because I'm starting to hear more. You know what I mean? The feets and the foots and the G. You know what I mean? Like
nah,
obviously
for
you can
sure.
be anybody.
Definitely the Bay and LA is catching on to it for sure.
Catching
Definitely.
on to it. You know what I
Stockton,
mean?
all that, all the north. Yeah, that's what I'm saying for sure. They catching on to that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that just goes with the progression of everything
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hello?
from back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, here I come. Here I come, boss. Okay, yep. All right. All right, yep, bye-bye. Shit, let me pick up this little tree real quick from the plug outside, bro. But I'm finna play one of your
Oh yeah.
beats, and then we could go right back into what we was talking about. What beat you
I
want me to
bet.
show 'em? What's your favorite beat out the ones that you just made?
Out the ones I just made off that page right there, ooh, that one. I'm gonna have to say that. It's either between that Kari one or that EBKJ one up there.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we gonna do the J-Bo first, and then we'll go to the
Yeah,
Kari after that. Yep. Boom.
yeah, yeah, that's from the movie.
I'll be right back, bro.
This is a Nick
Yep.
Noxx production.
Shot that phone thing, That's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'll fuck with that. Uh, who that? City Dreams. Oh, that's my nigga Dollar Day.
But this nigga Mark made this shit. Ain't your look in my Subi jeans can barely fit. I'm the handsome young trap, always benefit. Dodging life sentence every time I take a risk. Some know me, make it bark like a mean pit. Ain't your look in my Subi jeans can barely fit. I'm the handsome young trap, always benefit. Dodging life sentence every time I take a risk. It's some know me, make it bark like a mean pit. Me and bro was on a road trying to make it flip. Got a half a pigeon, but I started with a zip. I had a meeting with the plug that I couldn't miss. And I talk slick, I could get out of bed. I put her heels in the field until her feet bleed. Like I'm red man, I'm all about cream. White ash on a log, this some real steam. PAI, but I mixed it with the Jones cream. 33 for the brick, call it Scotty sipping. In a trap with a load, I'm just trying to dish it. Conversate about that bag or I can't listen. They can say get chalupa if I am mentioned. 14 in this clip, but I need extension. V long on my back, I got bad intentions. Roll running to the loop is my only mission. If they catch me with this load, it's a life sentence. Ain't chalupa in my Subi jeans can barely fit. I'm the handsome young trap, always benefit. Dodging life sentence every time I take a risk. Some know me, make it bark like a mean pit. Ain't chalupa in my Subi jeans can barely fit. I'm the handsome young trap, always benefit. Dodging life sentence every time I take a risk. It's some know me, make it bark like a mean pit.
We gon' stuff a nigga face in, tryna act bold. Every day they let niggas out, nigga case closed. Gang task, gang members, foreign cars, bankrolls. Kidnap these bitches on Main Street, I'm in Dago. 30 racks in my pocket, gun in the oven. I'm a wild nigga, you can go and ask my mother. Fuck LAPD, what they did to my brother. You can sweat the bitch, but a nigga better not touch her. I be with them niggas in the trenches getting cracking. Like bitch who bro, 20 on fashion. Double back, then I spend 7 on my mattress. Fuck they dead niggas, we ain't giving no passes. No love, I don't got no love for these bitches. Walking extra out of niggas' hoods like who tripping. You ain't never shot nobody, so why you dissing? Sucking on my dick, then go with you and y'all be kissing.
Ain't chalupa in my Subi jeans can barely fit. I'm the handsome young trap, always benefit. Dodging life sentence every time I take a risk. Some know me, make it bark like a mean pit. Ain't chalupa in my Subi jeans can barely fit. I'm the handsome young trap, always benefit. Dodging life sentence every time I take a risk. It's some know me, make it bark like a mean pit.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's what I
And you didn't have music. Hey, it's been out for a while now. Hello?
All right, boom. Hold on. Let me pause this. Oh wait, video. I don't even know how that started playing. What the
Oh
fuck?
yeah, no, I was tapped in.
Shout out to Thomas Tyrell though too, because I know he was around for
Oh
the whole
yeah,
way.
he really man. Uh,
I feel like he doesn't get enough credit. Shout out to the kitchen. Shout out to IMG. Like, there's a lot of people that you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But I would say for you though, bro, you're the most mentioned producer that I know other than 88. And the only thing that no smuts at 88, but a lot of people say that he's not very good business, especially after Owe came out and said what he said about his masters that he was holding and all that. I don't know. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I have
And you
no
know,
idea.
I'm in the same boat, man. And honestly, bro, I fuck with 88. I've done some business going on. Um, I was I was collabing at a studio for a little bit. Um, I've heard the same things. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't
Nah,
know.
for sure, bro. He's definitely somebody that made the wave too, though. So I can't take that away from
Yeah,
him. That's why I said no
exactly.
sweat to him.
Right, exactly. You always gotta give him his flowers for real. 'Cause my
Nah, for
man,
sure. Nah, for
he
sure.
really.
Do you think it's harder for artists right now to find that good producer out there, other than people like you or 88? Like
People
people
like
that
you,
might
they
might
come
use
to
them, or
us.
people like that might not really be in their favor type of thing. Like you guys are genuine people, bro. Like I'm saying, there's certain producers out there that won't be like that.
Well, see, and this is what separates. I think somebody who's I'm gonna say a producer, but somebody who really got it. You know what I mean? Is me. I've been in the streets. I've been locked up. I've been around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've been on some bullshit. You know what I mean? And I used to rap. You know what I mean? So I've been able to, and obviously I see that with 88 too. Like I said, what separates a lot of producers is you got to be able to connect with people on a different level other than just producing. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Being able to connect with somebody on the level of that is one of the homies. You know what I mean? That shit matters. And I think that's how you can influence. You know what I mean? Um, the people
No,
that you
okay,
work
for
with
sure. That's that's
is
that's more. I feel
is
that's
really
more of the
knowing
question.
what's going
Yeah,
on.
that's what I was
It's
trying to
really
get.
knowing.
That's what I was trying to get to more. Is certain producers are just producers. It's just the music. They need somebody that kind of knows what's going on. Not to say that
Right,
they don't know what's going on with the politics or anything, but
right,
just in general, bro. Just to have that
right.
knowledge and then to be able
Yeah.
to guide them in the right way. That's
I
all.
can tell you right now, I if I didn't know what was going on, it would have been ugly, man. It was so much shit that goes on. You know what I mean, I done been in the middle of so much shit, bro. Um, but it's a part of the job. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's a part of I know that I'm putting myself out there to be used in a sense I'm gonna get hit up by anybody, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Especially with what I produce. Um
Um, you
being able
you
to
go ahead,
uh
go ahead. No, go ahead. I was gonna
now
say the only thing I was gonna say, bro, is and I wouldn't give you this label, but certain other people give you the label as like you're just the East producer because you produce people from the East. I don't think that. I don't think that, bro. You produce everybody. but your name comes up around people that are associated from the East though a lot, like, you know, but that doesn't mean anything. That's what I'm saying. Certain producers wouldn't know how to manage their way with that. Like you said, you could get pressed by anybody at any time. So there's labels. People like to put labels on different people just if they associate themselves with that group of people.
Right. And you know what's crazy is I've been in waves where yeah, it was people would look at me like an East producer. Then I would, I would be in the mix with Oso Ocean and you know what I mean, and Lil E and you know what I
Now you're a
mean.
friend producer. Yeah,
And
yeah.
you got good producer, you know what I mean, I got Mikey E in the lab. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Black Mikey, my bad, Black Mikey.
Yeah, that's the Black Mikey, man, for sure. Yeah.
Nah, for real, Damu. You know what I mean? I got them in the lab. No, Damu. You know what I mean?
Damu
Friend
too,
producer. You
yeah.
know what I mean? So
And then if you work
um,
with Mitchy Slick, you're a Lincoln producer. Yes, I feel you what you're
yeah,
saying.
you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I'm used to it. You know what I mean? So I want to say you know what I mean? Obviously, perspective is everything. So people's perspective does matter, but I gotta look past that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Would you say you're just an all Dago producer? You work with everybody in the city. You wouldn't label yourself just a Southeast producer because I'm sure you work with other people that aren't in the Southeast, right? Correct. So that's the whole thing. There's
for sure, 1,000%. Yeah, yeah. I got some dubstep EDM, all types of shit,
No, I'm
man.
saying people are working with you from all different genres, bro. So I wouldn't label you a Southeast producer just because you produce a lot of people out the Southeast doesn't mean anything. But like you said, it's all perspective and it's just narratives too that people like to try to put out there.
Easy, yeah. It's easy for people. Yeah, it was easy for people to latch on to for sure. Um, so to make that label, you know what I mean? It's fair. You know what I mean? 'Cause, yeah, I did
Yeah,
go through a wave where I was, you know what I mean, in the mix with all of them niggas. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's fair for real.
a little bit of
Um,
everybody, yeah, for sure.
yeah, shit. Yeah. Cause you know how it goes, you know what I mean? Especially with homies and shit, you know what I mean? Even down the little homies, you know what I mean? It done got to little homies, the younger homies, you know what I mean? So I'm starting to, you know what I mean? H2O, you know what I mean?
Free H2O for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, real, that's my guy for real, for real. I fuck with bro.
Shout out to hot 60 gray boy or hot gray boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah. Even down to Hardini's little baby brother Edmund started coming to my lab and rapping. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't know what's up with bro. I want to say friend, but I don't know. Um,
I'm pretty sure he might be from the oh yeah, I don't know for sure, but yeah.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure, but
I'm
yeah,
not
nah.
that's why I wouldn't say for sure or not, but I don't know. That's why I say he might be from the O. I don't know. But yeah, okay. So I was gonna ask you, is it different working with the EDM artists? Are they more picky with the beats? Like how is that?
That is, man, honestly, bro, I'm gonna be honest. The moments where I have made EDM and dubstep, bro, I was fried. I ain't gonna front, you know what I mean? And that was the whole process of it is, you know what I mean, is getting into that mode, you know what I mean? Shrooms, whatever, you know what I mean? Getting into that mode and locking in and making shit. So yeah, I'm over there at SDSU and you know what I mean? In the dorm room cooking
Yeah,
up. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Tripping. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That was just another phase. You know what I mean? That was just a whole nother little party phase niggas went through. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, that was when I produce different shit. I like to get in the mode. You know what I mean? I like to like really when you're listening to this, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
What are
Yeah,
you? How are you consuming this music? You know what I mean? So I wanna get into that mode of how you know what I mean, and try to recreate
yeah.
that in my way, obviously. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
No, for
Mhm.
sure. Break it down to us what BLAP stands for. I mean, I know the slang BLAP is like that shit slap or that shit knock, but I know it has a bigger meaning to it. So break it down on what those letters
Black,
mean.
um, black is black and brown, loud and proud. Um, and I felt like I had to put meaning to it because it is a word that's used. Um, and it was a way of me, I want to say, in a sense of reclaiming, reclaiming culture in a sense.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
taking that word and putting meaning to it. You know what I mean? To where it's not a blood slang. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Nah, for sure.
Slap.
It's a
You know what I
bigger.
mean? So,
It's anybody can use it now. Basically, it's like,
right, right,
and
right, right,
it's more. You're pushing unity with it. It's a bigger
right,
purpose. It's a bigger meaning to it now.
right, for sure. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, that's trying to put my stamp in. You know what I mean? I try to look for every little way of really just putting my stamp on shit. You know what I mean? Even if it's co-producing a song, you know what I mean? I like to put, you know what I mean, somewhere,
Yeah.
something, just something, you know what I mean? Open a
Do,
studio, you know, do something.
do you yourself ever feel like you'll ever get back into music yourself?
Ooh, ooh. Ooh. There was a point where I really considered, yeah, yeah. But you know what's crazy, bro, is with this AI shit, man, I'm
Yeah.
starting to feel like
Yeah.
there's not really no kind of like no point. If you're not really already kind of got some motion with it, you might as well just leave it alone, really. Honestly.
Do you think that's what's taking over, bro? You think the AI shit with the music, that's what's taking over the music?
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna happen, and what I mean by that is I've already started using it. You know what I mean? Um, in certain little ways.
So you can use AI to make a beat now.
As far as melodies, yeah, it's easy to create melodies. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like if anybody can really do it, if you really just sit down, like if somebody was to sit down with me right now, I could really like make you a producer in like 6 hours. You know what I mean? Like literally.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
So would
you'll
you say
be
it's not as hard as it was before?
hell nah. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like that's the beauty of it too. I feel like is if you haven't already started, there's like really no. It's going to
It's
be
not worth
really
it.
hard to catch
It's
you.
not worth it to jump in.
It's going to be really hard to catch you right now. Yeah, for real. Yeah. On the producer side,
Yeah.
as far as rapping goes, anybody. I mean that shit. The way this shit going, anybody can really blow up
Nah, for
any.
sure. Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Yeah, because I feel
But yeah,
like
that's just
before it was a lot more like strategy to it with producers and making a beat. Because I remember everybody back, you feel me, in the trap days, people was in the trap off FL trying to make a beat.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
now it's came a long way from that.
yeah. You can make something solid now, for real. Back then, you was making some real.
Yeah, yeah,
First starting off, it was wicked for real. But yeah, now you can start off with something and sell it that day. Yeah, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Okay.
But
So
yeah, I
how
remember these days picking up in the traffic.
nah for sure. So how is it selling beats? It's easy to you get a lot of people buying your beats,
Um,
or you got a lot of competition? Because I know a lot of people like Beat Stars and other people are out there.
that's what I was about to say. Yeah. To be being honest, it's harder now.
Mm,
Um, because there's a lot more. It's a lot more access to beats. You know what I mean? It's a
yeah,
lot more access to beats and a lot more access to recording. Um, so yeah, it's a lot tougher to sell beats now. So right now, what I go through is splits. You know what I mean? 50/50 splits. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So if you really got some motion ain't no point in me selling it. You know what I mean, we could do a split though. You know what I mean, so where we can both make money off of it, and that's really the
That's
way it's
smart.
going.
That's smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really the way it's going.
Okay, so basically the person instead of you really instead of them really buying the beat, they're leasing it out from you. You own some of it, they own the rest of it, type thing.
Correct. Yeah, the beats that I sell, I'll sell it like exclusive. So where we wouldn't
So
even
all
deal with.
tags, like basically I could do whatever with this beat. I could go and I
Right,
could make some money off of it off a distro kid,
right,
and but
right.
you'll see a percentage of it.
Nah, nah. That's
Oh,
when I tell exclusives, I don't even deal with it. I don't even, cause you know what I mean. Just I don't like to get into it because I know that you know what I mean. People get weird at you know what I mean after a certain point.
okay.
So
No, for sure.
I don't want to play with like real 5%. I mean, if it's not 50-50, it's whatever.
Okay. Okay. What's the most common artist that you get like them asking you for type beats? Like what's the most common artist that is it always J Bo? It like or you just come up or you just think about okay, what's the person that's popping right now? I like this beat and you just go off of like that. Or do people
Yeah,
like do people have requests basically? Do people request you to say, hey, can you make me a J Bo / Slowby type beat?
yeah. Yeah, I get all of that. Yeah, I get all of that. Yeah. For the most part, I like to put my own, make it myself. So I'll say I'll hear, like, for instance, J Bo on this beat. You know what I mean? So I'll name it. You know what I mean? Or put it type beat. Um, but yeah, for sure. I mean, people always got requests for sure, especially for samples. Especially for samples.
Yeah.
Um, that's the main thing is samples and me just doing my own thing. Not really like a artist type beat. But the requests I do get are for samples.
Okay. Okay. More samples than
Yeah,
type
yeah,
beats for the request.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
man.
Is there anybody that you are like would be like a dream to work with to produce? Somebody that you've been trying to produce for a while? Do you have anybody like do you have a top five, 5 people that you would like to produce, or 5 people that you would like to hit you up and say, hey, can you make me a beat because you like their music?
Um, on the surface, yeah. On the surface, for sure, yeah, yeah. But that always changes with you know what I mean a newer art. You know what I mean somebody out here. You know what I mean honestly, that's always changing.
Yeah.
My ultimate goal has always been just having something on the billboard. It don't matter who it is.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, it doesn't matter who it is as long as something's up there with my name on it. That's all I'm really caring about. Um, but yeah, like I said, as far as artists, yeah, I mean, shit, that should change. It's like I was just thinking when you just went over when you just went off when that Big Sass song came. I'm like, shit, I want to do some work with that nigga. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's always changing. That's always going through it.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it shouldn't be pretty hard, bro. Because like I know he be in Dago a lot and shit. He goes to Oceanside and fucks with a couple people out there. He fucks around with the city a lot, so it's just
Yeah,
networking really. And if they want to work, they want to work type of thing.
yeah.
Um.
Well, yeah, I'm in the process of getting back in the motion of things. I really slowed down.
Okay.
So yeah, I know. You know what I mean? I know the process of getting in contact with people
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
really
For
keeping
sure.
it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you would say you slowed down just because it kind of got kind of slow, or
Life,
okay.
as simple as that. Just life. Life started happening. Son was born. Um, had a studio. I had 2 studios after he was born and stuff, and shit happened with those, and
Okay.
just life. And then great shit. We live in San Diego.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, for sure, bro, for sure. So
Just
basically,
doing it.
you're just trying to piece everything back together and get back in motion right now, is what you're
I'm
saying.
trying to. I'm trying to. Well, you know what I mean, I'm not necessarily piece everything. I'm just trying to get my motivation all the
Oh,
way back. You know what I mean? Like really locked back in. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I'm good mentally as far as what's going on around me, but it's just really capturing that motivation again. Um, and I know it's gonna happen. I'm just waiting for the wave. I'm just waiting for that. It happens. I'm a competitor. I'm an athlete. You know what I mean? So I'm always looking for ways to push myself
No, for sure.
um to the next level. You know what I mean? So we'll figure it out. Like I said, everything's in limbo right now because I'm trying to figure out how this AI shit's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the
No,
way
for sure.
streaming distribution is. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, I'm figuring it out.
No.
Um,
Oh, okay. No, that's
'Cause-
that's that's smooth, bro, and that's a good answer too, because it's not like you said, "Oh, I'm putting it on hold." You just said, "I'm trying to get the motivation to really, put that effort in again," because it does take a lot of work.
right. And I'm more of a back end kind of person. Pause. Like
Yeah,
I like to figure out how to beat the algorithm and try to figure out promotion techniques. And you know what I mean,
yeah.
I'm that type of producer for an artist. You know what I
Okay,
mean.
okay.
So if there's any like promotional things that I know that I've done, I'm gonna push that over to you. You know what I mean, and tell you how to do this. You know what I mean.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, that part. Nah, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with you. You know what I mean.
And I definitely know though that when people do tap into this interview, they're gonna be like, "Oh, hey, that's Nick Knox." I remember hearing the Nick Knox beat, a couple years ago. He's produced everybody, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna start tapping in with you, like, "Hey, bro, can I work with you?" and all that. Not saying that you need that right now, but it will probably be a little bit more of some exposure. Not saying that you're not already known because you're hella already known, bro, but it will kind of bring that light back on you a little bit. Or I hope it does.
Right. And I believe it will too. Um, like I said, because it's I'm not I don't say get necessarily too deep, but life goes through is cycles. You know
Yeah,
what I
no,
mean? And I understand my cycle of my life. You know what I mean? And how the seasons change for me, and how how my body goes through different. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I already know. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for it. You know what I mean? Just that spark. Um,
You seem like somebody that goes off of energy too, bro. Do you go off energy a lot?
yeah, for sure. But if I'm not feeling it, bro, and niggas who know me know I'm not feeling it. You know what I mean? And I will cut everything off,
That
and I
bread's
will
not
leave.
good bread, basically. If you're not feeling the energy, you're not doing it.
Nah, yeah, I will. Yeah, and I've been known for that, but not in like a grimy type of weird
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
way. You
No,
know what
I
I
ain't
mean?
for sure.
Just like on a you know what I mean? I'm not really feeling this right now. You know what I mean? Um, for sure, energy matters. For sure, with music yeah, for sure, with music, especially when I get into beats. I'm able to like numb myself a little bit when I record because that becomes like a job, it's kind of repetitive kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Is
As
it
far
like
as
your
engineering,
therapy in a way?
what making beats?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000% for sure. That's it's man, it's 100% therapy, especially being able to put something out and because I really make beats, bro. You know what I mean? Like I don't just like really like put like shit together. Like I really like make shit that I'm really fucking with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, for sure.
I don't just like put shit out. So what I mean by that is my beats are energy, how I look at it. You know what I mean? So it's being able to put that out and release that. You know what I mean? Being able to tap into it and release it.
No,
It's
for
fucking
sure. So say like
talent.
just say for instance, like a little weirdo or somebody like that hit you and was like, "Hey, I need you to produce this whole album. I need eight tracks, and I need 8 beats from you. I'm trying to work with you for a whole whatever week, 2 weeks." That would be something that'd be overwhelming for you if the energy wasn't right.
Nah, because I know how to tap into it. I know how to tap into it for me. And like I said, the people that know me know that I'm like a real, I don't say standoffish, but I can really like be in my own zone. Like
Okay.
there'll be like a whole bunch of shit going on around me, and I'll be right locked in. You know what I mean? It'll be niggas arguing. You know what I mean? Fighting all types of shit, bitches in there. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
locked in. You know what I mean? So I'm able to tap into it. You know what I mean? Whenever I want. You know, obviously sometimes it does take a little extra
Yeah.
motivation.
Okay. No, for sure. What do you think like about the landscape right now of music in Dago just in general? Like, do you think like it needs to have more of a light shined on it? Do you think like people need to try to like, go out of Dago and start promoting their stuff in LA and like Atlanta and different things like that and stop thinking like, oh, they just have to be doing their music in the city? Or
You know, that's good. That's a good question. Yeah, and like I said, I pay attention. And I'm starting to notice that a lot of shit is starting to come out here. And there's been a lot more eyes on San Diego lately. Even just in different
oh,
genres of just streaming and just the streamers, IRLs, and you know what I mean, and
yeah, the streamers
famous
been coming out
people.
there a lot to
You know what I
downtown and
mean?
different things like that. I've been
Yeah,
seeing that.
yeah, yeah. You got a lot more artists, a lot more football players, basketball players, got houses out here and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's starting. I feel like it's starting to get to a point to where you don't really have to go out, but especially with the internet, you know what I mean? There's still probably a way to make it bloom if you do go to LA. I'm not really, yeah, I haven't really thought about that yet. Like Atlanta, maybe. I haven't really thought about that, but like I said, with the internet, everything is really starting to get really just easy, easy. If you know how to use it,
Yeah,
if
no,
you
for
know how
sure.
to use it, and I'm starting to see certain people know how to use it, and like a nigga like Yachty. I've been seeing little weirdo vlogs with Duno.
Lil
Like
Maru be performing everywhere. He be going on the different streams and different things like that. 22 G Fay.
uh,
Those are names
uh,
everybody knows from everywhere right now.
yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That shit matters. So that's what I'm saying. If you know how to use it, you can make it happen. You can make it happen right here, honestly. Even like KT's grind.
KT's blowing up, bro, because after he did that song with Sugar Free, everybody wanted to know, oh, who's this dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? And people tapped in from
Yeah,
everywhere, bro,
yeah,
especially with KT.
KT is he's locked in, and what's crazy is before that Sugar Free song, he had the other joint popping. Oh, I feel like that's what really put him
What's
on.
crazy is he was doing stuff with people from the Bay years ago. He did
Young
some stuff with
T.O.
SPRP years
Yeah,
ago.
Young T.O. and
Lil T.O., yeah, Young T.O., all them. He did some stuff with J-Bo. I think he did some stuff with Slowby before he passed away. He has a lot of stuff with some people from the north out that area. And he's got some stuff with LA artists like Tapery Grams, all them. Like they've been tapping in with the Siete people too. So definitely I would say the biggest, and that's not to smut nobody, but the biggest stars we got right now out of San Diego is probably Lil Weirdo, Siete Gang Yabi, KT Foreign, Lil Maru, Keek, and that's really it, bro. And I'm not trying to like diss nobody or anything like that, but that's who's really being
and you know
shown
what's
out there
crazy
like that.
is Memo the Mafioso.
Okay, yeah, shout out
I
to
don't,
Memo too.
I don't know how he do it, but my man, he get his
Yeah, for sure.
numbers.
Owe,
You know
if
what I
Owe
mean?
was free, he definitely would be popping right now. But
That's 1,000%. Yeah, yeah.
Kill
Actually,
Switch, Owe, all them Peanut. I mean, there's still names because Peanut's done a lot of stuff with major artists as well. He likes to travel to like Sacramento and Stockton and stuff. He did some stuff with Slowby. He did some stuff with Slowby before Slowby was even really popping like that. Same thing with Kill Switch.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Swim was tapped in with the city for real. Yeah, yeah, he was tapped in. Yeah, I would say those names though. I would have to agree. I feel like there's a couple.
There might be a
I feel
couple I'm
like
missing.
there might be a couple, and there might be a couple that we don't know. That's probably, you know what I mean, got their own little lane making it happen. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I'll probably
I would
say
say
that. And
definitely more for the Rasa side. They're getting a lot of like Lil Maru, Lil
yeah,
Weirdo. That's
yeah,
who's really getting seen like that. Other than Yabby, Keek, Memo the Mafioso, Owe, Kill Switch. I'm trying to think of some other. G Feeney. Like really anybody from Siete, because a lot of people know who Siete is. You know, they know who they are.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it's just time and everything like that, because like I said, like I was talking to Bambito a couple days ago, and he's about to drop a project, so everybody's gonna start to know who he is again, and everybody's starting to come back is what I'm saying. I talked to D Bar, he's about to be dropping some stuff soon. I know Deanie don't really drop like that, but he said he's gonna be dropping soon too. Like I feel like this year you're gonna see a lot of the people that haven't been making music start to drop again, just because of the said fact that it looked like everybody's been in the shadows lately, only for those couple few names that I said, because
yeah.
there really hasn't been that many drops from these other artists like that. And maybe they might drop one or two projects a year. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, yeah, 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 yeah. I think it's gonna be some type of resurgence for sure,
for sure.
for sure. And I hate this. I don't want to sound. It starts with obviously it starts with producers. It starts
Yeah.
with being accessible and being there. Obviously,
Oh my
you
bad too. I
can't.
forgot B3 Glizzy. Shout out to B3 for sure.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
he's he's
yeah,
putting he's putting Dago on the map. You got Seti Smack. Seti Smack, he's still dropping shit. So definitely those two right there do a lot of projects with the Siete gang people. So definitely they're majorly dropping. I'm not gonna lie, because they drop consistently. Like I seen
yeah,
B3 as soon as he got out, he got right to work. He started dropping
right,
again. Seti
right, right,
Smack,
right.
he's been dropping. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really heard of nobody out of, because I remember Seti Smack, and there was I forgot the other dude's name, but they were from this shit was called like the Mob or something like that. There's a lot of different people out of that
Yeah, yeah,
group
no beats, yeah, or something.
that used to drop, but I haven't heard really of anybody except Seti, you know what I'm saying, dropping for the
Yeah,
past couple of years.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I know who you talk about. And brother's
Yeah.
face is in my head, bro. His face is right here, bro. I forgot his name. I think
Yeah,
it starts with
bro with the dreads, light skinned bro with the dreads, bro would
yeah,
always be in
yeah,
Seti Smack's videos. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened. But yeah, it's been yeah. People don't really drop
And
like that. It's crazy.
Mitchie Slick just dropped a new album too, bro. So he's getting back
Oh,
into
for real?
yeah, I just seen it on IG where he didn't, maybe it hasn't dropped yet, but he's in the work, he's in the making of it right now. He's about to be dropping. So definitely I know also Ocean always working still. You got people like that. You got Perry, what's his name? It's Perry something. He's a Brim, he's from Brims. He got a lot of stuff with
Oh,
Black Mikey.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he be still out there. Like, there's a lot of people, but what I'm saying is the majority of what's being really seen everywhere
right.
is the Siete gang and the people like Seti Schmack and those type of people
Yeah,
like that. Just because of the audience is more of a younger audience. Some people don't know, not saying that people don't know who Mitchie Slick is or who Black Mikey is, but some of this younger audience, they don't though, which is crazy to say. They need to do their research, but they're more in tune to the new wave, which is the Siete, which is the Keek. Like, that's really the new wave, bro. I don't really hear people say, oh, hey, did you hear that new Mitchie Slick song? Unless they're people that are from the Southeast and are really
yeah,
like Dago San Diegans that have been
yeah,
in Dago for a long time. They know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah,
Ryan
you
Anthony
know.
still be dropping sometimes. Shout out to Ryan Anthony for sure.
Yeah, Von Dream. There's a few people out there that consistently dropping. Von Dream, he consistently drops for sure. Um, Ryan Anthony, yeah. There's a few people.
I'm
And you
trying to
know what's
think of more
crazy?
names, but I probably miss some people. But I really just I haven't seen them lately. That's why I'm saying you know what I'm saying.
I feel you. I feel the same way. I feel like there's some more people, but that's tough. Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say about Mitchie Slick. Yeah, he's more of a I don't say a mascot, and I hate to say it like that, but he's like how people look at Sugar Free, like a pimp, like people look at Mitchie Slick like he's like the blood. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
the
he's
OG blood of Dago. Everybody knows
right. Yeah,
Dago
yeah,
from
like
Mickey Slick won't stop being a blood. Everybody knows
exactly,
that song.
exactly. Yeah. And that's major. Honestly, yeah, I respect that. You know, to a certain point, obviously, niggas
Yeah,
don't
for sure.
really think the game making as
And
far as
oh,
it
actually,
goes.
my bad. Marty just dropped some shit not too long ago. So Marty still be dropping all the time. Not all the time, but he drops consistently more than certain other people. Because I think he dropped like what 2 projects last year. He dropped already 1 project this year. So Marty still be in there. Juice Lee still be dropping shit. So they're still. Oh, Boss Man Hog just dropped some shit. That's the OG right there. He dropped. You know what I'm saying? So there's still people dropping, but they're not really being played enough. I feel like that's the only thing.
No, not right now. Not right now. And it's
It's more
shit.
like Flashy B. I don't know if you know who Flashy B is. He's out of Oceanside. He do a lot of stuff with CIT Gang. Flashy
Oh
B.
yeah,
He
yeah,
do a
yeah,
lot of he's out there too. I mean, you got people like legends like J.O. Felony. Like that's somebody that went from
yeah.
Dago and took his stardom to LA and bam. You know what I'm saying? He was a legend after that. So
Yeah. Yeah. I just saw his page the other day. He's still rapping. I think they was
yeah.
in some type of
So
beef or some shit. Uh,
and then you could go all the way back to like people like Lil Rob and stuff like that. Like, there's been people doing stuff out of Dago for years, you know what I'm saying? And they got the shine from it. But what I'm saying is now it's predominantly the pimp hop people that are being played.
Hip hop, yeah. And speaking of Rob Stone, still, I think he's still
Oh, there we
dropping.
go. My bad. Yep. Shout out to Rob Stone for sure. For sure. Rob Stone definitely put us on the map for sure too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he definitely had a lot to do with that in that way. Yeah, he had a lot to do with that too. Yeah.
Jay Davis, Rob Stone, all of 1207. During that wave, everybody was bumping Chill Bill at the time. You know what I'm saying? Even if they weren't from Dago, they were singing the words like they knew what we were talking about or knew what Rob Stone was talking about. Babylons can't crack the code. They don't even know what they're talking about, but they're singing to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
But what's dope about that too is when he went on his first Cali tour, he took Smacker Gang.
yeah,
Um,
I remember that.
and yeah, we was opening up for him, and I was the DJ for that shit. And that was the only thing I hate about that whole period was people motherfuckers were getting locked up at the wrong time. Specifically when you remember
I feel like
Spookies?
when Tim went down, everything went downhill.
Right, that's what I'm
I'm gonna
saying.
just
Yeah.
say that no politics or anything like that. Not like I'm not saying politics, gang politics, but I'm talking about their politics. They're in depth. The reason why they split up or whatever it was. I feel like what happened was when Tim went down, everything kind of went downhill. When he was locked
Yeah.
up for that period of time, he was still dropping. DBT was still dropping. MBT was still dropping. Bambito was still dropping. But it wasn't like the way it was when Tim was out with everybody though. They got shout out to
Right.
Young Jug. Young Jug was still doing this shit too.
Yeah, my guy. Yeah.
That's my guy Ricky. That's the homie right there. You feel me? But
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely that wave, nobody will ever not remember that. That was a memorable wave. You know what I'm saying? People, you had everybody saying, "Oh, I want to smoke some Kadashim." Nobody knew what they was talking about, or this heme right here, and Sleuthies, and yeah, she is Sleuthy and all that. Like they did their whole the lingo. They made waves with that for sure. Like, and it's still to
For
this day,
sure.
people know what it is.
Yeah. And speaking of that, as far as that, that's where a lot of Yabi and
There you
Feeney,
go.
that's where a lot of they swag, they style
Yeah.
came from. was
Yeah.
being around the niggas at that time because they, you know what I mean, we was all that was a
I
whole
remember,
ecosystem.
yeah, I'm
You
saying
know
I remember when Yab was a little chubby dude. I remember when bro was
what I
chubby
mean?
back in the, that's when he was really popping it. He did the mobbing song with Deanie. He did
Yeah,
a lot of stuff
yeah,
with
they
AP
really rapping
Foreign.
for real.
God
Yeah,
Bodies, God, they had God Bodies the label at
yeah,
that time. That's when they was popping
yeah,
off with that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they had a lot of. It was,
That
and
was
I
the
hate to
two
see
main
it.
people that were popping at that time with the Smacker Gang era was KT and Yabby. They were always together. They were always making songs. It's still like that though, and that's what's crazy to see that him and Yab still have that relationship like they did years ago when they was back to back dropping all the time. With God Body the label, when Yab looked different, when KT looked a little different, when they were still just kind of coming up, they still are close like that to this day, and they still you numerous times you see them on features together all the time. Still,
Yeah, yeah, and it would be a shame to see if they went down the same road as Smacker Gang, but
yeah,
I hope they
yeah.
don't. I hope they don't. Um, but yeah, that was them being around them at that time really had a lot of influence on what's going on right
Oh, my
now.
bad. I can't even. I gotta shout out. I gotta shout out my YGs. I gotta shout out my tycoons, man. Shout out to ALB Easy,
Oh
Barzo,
yeah,
Creed
yeah,
J,
yeah.
what's it called? Who else is there? T Keys in. Like that was a wave right there
Yeah,
too. You know what I'm saying? Had everybody
yeah,
saying Doty. Nobody knew what Doty
yeah,
was. Everybody was saying potted at first. Now everybody's saying Doty
yeah.
and shit after Keys and said it. Yeah, so
Yeah, nah, they for sure was on to something too. Yeah, my nigga, the producer Lil Mac, the Asian
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out
oh
to
my
Lil Mac
God.
for sure. Yep.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I did a lot of work with them
There we
actually.
go. That's another one. Tiny
Shit.
Bang. You know what I'm saying? Tiny Bang at that
Dang,
time was with them. He was popping it.
yeah, he's still going too. Yeah, I just tapped in. Yeah, brother tapped in the other day. He's still going for
Yeah, yeah,
real.
yeah. I talked to Tiny Bang not too long ago either. The bro's doing his shit. He be more with the Siete gang now. That's what he be more with
Yeah,
them. He
yeah, yeah,
do a lot of
definitely,
songs with KT, do a lot of songs with Yab, Keek.
definitely. Yeah, 100%.
You
Yeah.
got people like the new generation of Siete is like Squeeze, G Squeeze. G Squeeze is somebody that's starting to pop it like that. Somebody that's starting to go up. Not saying that he wasn't always around because he was, but he was a little dude at that time. He was a
Yeah,
little dude at that time though.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I
yeah.
feel like all different types of generations with each generation has a wave. So I would say
Yeah.
the 2009, 10, 11, 12 would be Smacker Gang era and the beginning of Yab and KT starting to come up. And now you got after 2015, 16, 17, now Siete Gang was made and they start, everything on G's and this G's and feets and foots and all that, even though everybody used to say toes before. So they got it from something, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That was exactly that's exactly where it came from. So yeah, we
And
had
I would say
for sure.
really they got it from somebody like Marty or Juice Lee because Juice Lee and Marty were the only ones talking about some ism back in the
Yeah,
day. Nobody else
really,
was
just
talking
coming
about
up
no
with
ism
crazy
like that.
words. Yeah, and they would really put their own make like
Yeah,
breaky and like
their
you know what I
own
mean like
words, their own
really
lingo. Yeah.
yeah for sure both of them for sure yeah I would 1,000% agree that majority of that lingo came from one of them niggas. You know what I mean? Even if it was heard by somebody else and then somebody else said it, a lot of it, man. Because
Or
yeah,
a little bit might have came from the church mob people from out from the tycoons, bro, because they were the ones they were speaking that ism shit back then
that was
too.
on it too. Yeah, that was
Barzo,
on
LB
it.
Easy, Creed J, all them.
Yeah, G's Louise, my boy. Yeah, G's Louise, Gizo.
There you
Um,
go. Yeah, Gino. Yeah, Jizo. Yeah, Jizo and Barzo. And it really
mhm.
them right there, they started a whole wave. Like I said, like the tycoons that added up. You seen I used to go to FabMart and you would see an added up shirt everywhere. Added up or Fab, which was fuck a bitch at that time. But that shit was popping. They had the functions popping. All the tycoons was always performing this shit. And then everybody's like, who are these people? You know what I'm saying? And then you got T Keys in popping out with that Doty and San Diego, Doty Diegan. He dropped that. And everybody's like, man, like at that time though, nobody knew who they were. And then
Yeah,
I'm saying once, but this was so crazy. Once everybody got locked up, then that's when everybody was like, oh, hey, where are these guys at? And then they was locked up for years. Once they came out, then that's when they got the real stardom, I feel like, because that's when they got more of a light shine on them.
Yeah. And that's, with the progression of time and internet and stuff, yeah. A lot of that shit helped with them too. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, TQ and yeah, they had this shit on the chokehold for a while. For real.
For
That's
sure.
crazy.
For
At the
sure, for
same,
sure. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like, I would say, I'll take it back. 09, I mean, not even 09, 10, 11, 12 would be the Tycoons wave, the Smacker Gang wave, and the beginning of KT and yeah, because that's who really was being played by everybody. But especially at the functions, they was playing Barzo, Jizo, AOB Easy, Tiny Bang, those type of people. Oh, and my bad, I can't forget about Eddie Mack, man. Shout out to Eddie Mack. He's been pushing shit for years too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you got some motion for sure. Yeah, yeah. I got a couple songs with bro actually. Um, yeah, that whole the generations of what if you really paid attention to the generations, they all line up, and it's interesting to see what's going to happen next because uh, people are starting to make more money. More money is starting to come
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Um, you know, prior, more than prior generations. Obviously, niggas didn't really start making money till now. Honestly, off of music.
Other than
Obviously,
pushing the shit out the trunk, because I remember when everybody was just pushing it out the trunk.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, outside of selling the CDs, but then that's just local. You know what I mean? And that's not really making a real push. You know what I mean? That's not really moving the needle.
Yeah,
Now. So
because I
now
want to say
it's
what's crazy is like Owe got recognized by Blueface. Blueface was playing Getting Shifty, and there was talks about Whack 100 and all them signing Owe at one time. So to see that was dope. That was cool. I mean, that was in 2018 or 2019, but
yeah.
it still means that he made his mark. That a lot of different artists were tapping in with Owe and stuff like that. Even people out of Dago, out of Sacramento, all over the world wanted to tap in with Owe just because of his style of flow is just original, bro. He's original.
Yeah, for sure. And that's and I hate to make this about sections and shit, but that's what separated the East in a sense. Is a lot of them niggas speaking of like it's Juice Lee or Max Fly, a lot of them niggas Hardini, like a lot of them niggas are original. You know what I mean? Just got their own shit going. You know what I mean? Um, and like I said, I hate to make it about sections, but if you really line them up, it's a lot more characters over here. You know what I mean? There's a lot more people to gravitate towards. You know what I mean? As far as lifestyle goes, you know what I mean?
Nah, for sure.
Not just a one. I'm a gangbanger. You know what I mean? Like them niggas is funny. You know what I mean? Them niggas. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Got other. You know what I mean? Other types of.
Yeah, they're characters. That's what
Yeah,
you like. That's
right.
real. They got characters. They're charisma. They're very charismatic. They're. I'm not gonna say they're goofy like dissing them, but they're like comedians, bro. They make
Right.
people
Yeah,
laugh.
for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying?
1,000%. Hella. Yeah, hella.
And what I
Hella.
like to see was respect to Owe for doing a song with B3, knowing that he's from Lincoln and Owe is from O'Farrell. That was cool to see. That Game Members song, I was like, that's dope, bro. I like to see that. That's dope because that has never happened before like that.
And you know what's crazy is actually before Ole got locked up, when we was working on the album, we was in talks. We was in talks. I was going back and forth. Like I said, I was in the middle of it. I was going back and forth with him and KT on getting something done. And that would have really made some noise at the time. Even now, it still makes some noise. Just
And
based off of
do you
those
think
politics.
do you think that the reason why nothing was done is because of the said fact that him and Killswitch got into it?
Yeah, it got to something bigger than them. It got to something bigger than them, something bigger than me that I couldn't control. You know what I mean? I couldn't. There's nothing else I can say after. You know what I mean? Because that did have a lot to do with a lot of shit for sure. Because them niggas was that was that was the beginning of it. That was at the right in the beginning of it when it was kind of like, are they beefing? Are they not beefing? You know what I mean? I was like, but then as it as time progressed and it started getting serious, and I'm like, oh yeah, nah, this is dead. You
Like
know what I mean?
I knew it was getting real and it was getting spunky when they had J-Bo dissing Kill Switch, and I was like, whoa, because at first I'm like, I thought Kill Switch was boo with the North because him and Slowby were real close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it got to the point where you got J-Bo on the song basically saying kill snitch and all that, and it became like a narrative. It's like, okay, Kill Switch ain't good no more. And everybody's like, Kill Switch ain't good no more. I'm like, well, I don't know. I haven't seen the paperwork. I can't really say anything. You know what I'm saying? I am from the East, but that doesn't matter to me, bro. I'm going off of the music. So the whole thing is this is what I was taught in the beginning is the O is our family. And what I've seen from the past years is no unity at all. I've seen like the O basically say, nah, we not messing with Skyline. We just the O, we O'Farrell. We're the sixes. We're keeping it six figures. We're not 6'8" no more. And it was supposed to be 6'8", and that was our alignment. That was really like a family tie type of thing. And I feel like from the newer generation, which it goes down to the Oways and the Kill Switches, is a lot of the younger heads look up to Kill Switch. A lot of younger heads look up to Owe. Now, Owe was not one to ever say that he don't mess with the East anymore and it's not 6'8" anymore, because he never said any of that. The only person that said that was Kill Switch. Kill Switch started to say, hey, they kind of weird. We not messing with them anymore. And it's kind of started getting divided. Shout out to Boss Mad too. You know, he make his music too as well. You feel me? You feel me? So I feel like that's kind of the reason why our stuff doesn't get played in their area. Their stuff doesn't get played in our area. And it's just kind of like that, which it was never like that before when it came back to the Mikey O's, the Juice Lees, the Marty McFlies. It was never like that. And it got to be like some actual politics when it was just music. You know what I'm saying? And part of that was the KT and Kill Switch going at it, though. That's what kind of started it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, obviously there's some deeper shit in the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not going to speak too deep in it. All I'm saying is that Kill Switch is looked up to by a lot of younger heads. And they made it their men's to kind of be like, well, we're going to start our own crew called NBA. There's a lot of artists out of there, too. They got NBA Banco, NBA Flame Boy, Lil B1B. These are the new artists. These are the new artists popping it now. This is the younger generation, right? But their whole view is like, we're just NBA, which is Murder Brook Assassins. And they don't mess with Skyline. They just O'Farrell. Now, the person that they look up to is Kill Switch. So that's the only thing that's the only reason why I said is they got that really from him. And Owe could sit there and say like, nah, you know, that's still your family. At the end of the day, you got cousins from Skyline. Even though if you're O'Farrell, you got cousins from Skyline. There's pioneer people like Marty, Mikey O that wouldn't like to hear you saying, nah, I don't mess with that side like that. You know what I'm saying? So it gets really deep, but they don't want to hear that. And they don't know the history behind it. So it's more like, okay, well, if you don't want to go with what I'm saying, it's F you. I'm not going to listen to your music because you mess with those people. Now, those people, which is supposed to be, you know, allies, is, oh, they suckers now. Now we going to make songs to be like, these are the suckers now. When it's like, that's crazy, bro, because now you're labeling them as ops, and that's not what it is. You got family members from there. And it's supposed to be about music. It's supposed to be about music. You're not supposed to bring politics and music together like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn,
and it's just crazy to see because, like, I remember growing up with everybody to the point where I was never like, oh, yeah, you know, Owe and them, they're from O'Farrell. I'm not going to bump them because I'm from Skyline. But nah, that's not. Shout out to Baby Shannon Bo, too. He's still pushing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, there's a lot of artists that don't feel that way. It's more the younger generation that feel that way. And I feel like it has to be somebody like Kill Switch or Owe to come out and say, hey, nah, that's not what it is. We a family, we a whole factor, we under the same umbrella. At the end of the day, you got to know the history behind it. And that's just it. And I'm not talking about the gang, man. I'm talking about with music. Because if Owe could sit there and make a song with B3, why would it not be okay to sit here and make a song with somebody from Skyline if you're from O'Farrell?
Right. Easy. Right. I know. I feel you. Yeah. Right. No, that's real.
So it's a lot of people are misconstrued and just blind to the fact that it's not like that. And just because KT and Killswitch were going at it doesn't mean that everybody hates each other from over there or everybody from over there hates
Oh
us
yeah.
over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. For sure. Yeah. That be the biggest misconception to me. Yeah. Is nigga be taking on that other niggas beef. But I guess that's a part of the process. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a part
Because
of
I
that
would
lifestyle.
call Owe and Killswitch a voice of the
Yeah.
younger generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. Yeah. Of this, yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's nobody else I could really, as far as that part of the city goes, yeah. There's nobody else I could think of right
Or,
now.
or maybe Peanut too, because he's still around that, he's from that team, he's from Plus Tax or whatever, but it's really Owe and Killswitch who people look up to from all
Yeah.
sections though. From all sections though. It's not just the East though. And that's what people kind of
Yeah.
get it misconstrued on too is you got people in Chula Vista that are essays bumping Owe. You got people
Oh
that are
yeah, for
West
sure.
Cribs bumping Owe. Owe is impactful to the whole city. Same thing with Killswitch.
Right. Right. And you see the difference with them is if you pay attention to like the last joint he did, he don't really politic in his music. He don't really I mean, maybe if you he might drop something there every now and then, but he don't really politic in his music. He really make music versus, Killswitch probably he go all the way in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
went all
No,
the
he's
way.
like I say, he's
Yeah,
more of a pimp. He's more of the pimp hop too. He spits his ism. He
yeah.
spits his
He be on
feel.
that
Like
for sure.
he's got the flavor. He's more so on the ism type of shit. Now, Kill
Right,
Switch is more the gang banging type of shit, and that's just how
right.
they're different. That's how they are different from each other because they're similar in a lot of ways, but that's how they're different. I would say
Oh no,
because
yeah,
Owe kind of yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. No, I was saying they because they was they homies like that for real.
Yeah. So I'm saying they're close to the they're close to the point where like you might hear Owe and be like, oh, is that Kill Switch? Or you might hear Kill
Right.
Switch and be like, is that Owe? That's how I'm saying that's
Yeah,
how similar
yeah,
they are. But
yeah, yeah,
when it comes to the difference, it's more so Kill Switch is more drilling, gang banging music. Owe is more, hey, let's go in the club, vibe,
yeah,
hip
yeah,
hop type
yeah,
of ism type of music.
yeah, yeah. Um,
And Kill
you
Switch
know,
doesn't leave the politics out.
nah, nah. It's this shit is all political.
His shit's political. He's
I
dissing.
fuck with
Yeah,
it.
I'm saying he's one of the main people that really be, he be dissing. He be dropping
That's
names.
that, yeah. That's that, yeah. EVK. That's them. Them Stockton niggas.
Yeah.
I was just, that's crazy. I was just watching something on YouTube about them niggas.
But I'm about to say, really,
They go crazy.
Slowby's second home was Dago though. He got a lot of
Yeah,
his
for sure.
influence from Dago though. Shout out to Big
For sure.
Slowby from O'Farrell, real
Right,
genuine guy, and
right,
that's his dad right there. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, Slowby would be down in Dago like on the weekends, and then he'd go up on the week and he'd be in Stockton. Like when they
yeah,
asked him about it in the interview, he's like, "Yeah, I got a lot of my influence from Dago. Like Dago's my second home." And Killswitch, that's why Killswitch was really close with Slowby because he knew him
yeah,
before he really popped off in Stockton like that. Yeah, so they were
right.
really close. They started a whole little, conglomerate. They had a team going. Shout out to all the Two Beauty family because they still pushing their stuff, and that's Slowby's cousins and them and stuff like that.
Okay,
Um,
that's what they're dropping that. That was the latest song for him. So,
yeah. Slowby's family still pushing out music. Yeah, Too Greedy family. I forgot the actual artist's name, but that's the team that they go by though. It's still 2-1. They still pushing 2-1 or whatever, you feel me? But this is the music side and not the politics side. The politics side, they're still from Nightingale, all that, but they're from Too Greedy family. Like this is Slowby's cousins and stuff like that. Big Slowby has a lot of influence on them, and he promotes their music and stuff like that. He's more so kind of like a manager towards them. And it's just sad to see people like J-Bo and stuff like that go down when they just got up there. Like literally, he was getting the most light that he got, and he was really getting to the stardom, and then boom, he goes down. They're trying to charge him with 30 years. It's just sad to see that because it's the same way in the city, bro. Like always been locked up for years. Always been locked up for years. So yeah, it's like
you see that all the time.
all the time.
It's yeah. Right when the niggas start really getting some buzz and some motion.
Right when Owe really started getting the buzz, because the last time he was out, I think was what, 2021, or is it 22?
22, yeah, 22, probably 22, yeah.
22, the beginning of it though, because he didn't see that much of 22 free like that, because he had dropped Alejandro, like that tape that he did with you, and then I think I don't know if that's the same tape that he had All Hail and all those other songs on, but he dropped like 2 projects, and then he went down, like I say the middle of 2022, or was it 2023? But it seemed like he went down in 2022, like maybe the end or the middle of it, because I don't think that whole year he was out.
Nah, yeah, I think it was like the end of 23, end of 20, or probably like the beginning of the 23, yeah.
Yeah, the end of 22, beginning of 2023. Then that's when but he still be I think the last thing he dropped was something with what's his name? He be doing a lot of songs with not Siete. He be doing a lot of songs with Seti Schmack. Forgot his name. Oh, Kinky, something like that. Mexican dude. Yeah, he
Kinky,
did some little weirdo. Yeah, it was a song, Little Weirdo and Kinky. I think that's the last thing he dropped. That's the last thing Owe dropped.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was Little Weirdo and Kinky on there. Yeah, it was Kinky and Little Weirdo, and then I think he might have dropped something with what's his name up out of damn. He's an ism rapper too. He's right there up out of the Fody side, right there out of East Dago. Forgot his name. He got long hair. He's been popping for a while though. Damn. Trying to think of his name. Is damn. I'm about to try to pull it up real quick. And then we'll end it right there, bro, because we've been rambling on, but this was a dope one for sure, bro. I know a lot of people are gonna tap into this and be like, this was like the history of all the waves and stuff like that. They can do their research on it too. They could pull up all the old videos and they can see what we talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. It's all definitely. All of that is there for sure.
Nah, for sure.
Long hair, somebody from over
I'm
there.
trying to think of his name though. It's damn.
So I know before he got like he was doing a lot of work with Dollar Davis. He was like hanging around them niggas.
It's shout out to Dollar Davis for sure. He did some stuff with bro. It's not I'm trying to think of bro's name. Shit. Damn, it's like on the tip. It's like on the tip of my tongue type shit. Pause. Like I'm thinking of it, like I got it, but it's not. I don't got it like all the way. It's Lil Noxx. There you go, Lil Noxx. Shout out to Lil Noxx. He's been pushing this shit too. He did a lot of shit with Lil Noxx while he's been down. He's dropped a lot of shit with Lil Noxx.
Okay.
Like, this one right here. What is it? This one right here. But that's who I was talking about, though. Yeah, Lil Noxx. Right here, he did No Questions with Lil Noxx. I think that was last year. Lil Noxx dropped The War of Troy with Owe. That was last year, too. But yeah, he's definitely done a lot of songs with Lil Noxx, Lil Weirdo, Dollar Davis. He did some stuff with somebody out of Oceanside by the name of Tim Flows. He's still kind of coming up. But yeah, but for far as it goes for like new Owe, I'd say like if I go on his releases right now, that No Questions is the latest song that he dropped, and that's with Lil Noxx. and it's produced, or I don't know if it's produced by Aphrodisiac or if that's an artist or if that's the producer. I don't know for
That's
sure.
producing. I don't know, bro.
Okay, shout out to bro then.
Yeah, that's interesting. So then that's what the Lil Knox dropped. Because what's crazy is I have a lot of a lot of unreleased OA tracks.
Okay.
Still on Pro Tools, though, not nothing like bounced down or nothing. I
Yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah.
so I think is because he was only recording at a couple of places. He actually started recording at his house before he got it locked up. So I got a lot of stuff that he was doing at his house.
So, cause like
Um,
I say, the only two producers he really messed with was you and 88 at a time, right?
he's one of those. You know what I mean? He could, and what I respect about bro is he could really fuck with anybody and make it sound good. You know what I mean? But as far as like his like blasts, like the ones he's known for, yeah, 88, yeah, I got a couple with him, yeah, for sure. But I think bro is more fluid with it. He can really hop on somebody, you know what I mean, anybody's beats and really make something out of it.
Nah, for sure,
Um,
for sure, for sure.
I like working with those type of artists, honestly.
So,
Easier.
who do you think is the most like who is the best to work with out of all the artists? Or I wouldn't nah, I mean you can't really not to be on no selective shit, but like who 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 did you feel the energy from out of all the people that you work with? And what I'm saying is like more so like newer, not newer people, but like recent, like more like a Owe or Kill Switch, those type of people. Like it was it a different vibe than working with somebody like a Little Weirdo, or is it just the same?
Um, nah, it's different because, like I said, it depends on the situation. Because, like I said, I like to have relationships outside of the studio. So if like we on some like we about to go over here and pull it to the lab and cook up, you know what I mean? Um, I like to be in those type of situations, but I do that with anybody. I do that with everybody. You know what I mean? I ingratiate myself with you. You know what I mean? We cool. You know what I mean? And you trust me. You know what I mean? And now we move like that. You know what I mean? I like to create relationships with people before I make music with them. That's what I make the best music with.
So would you say that you and Owe got really close because of you doing this whole album?
Yeah, there was a whole point, a moment of this is what anybody who I've ever got to collab with. I'm like we every day we're gonna be locked in today. I mean every day for like a year or two. Like every day. Like no days off. Like some point at some time I'm gonna see you. You know what I mean? At some point. And so that whole process was every day I'm pulling up to his pad or he pulling up over there in La Mesa, you know what I mean? Even if we don't make music that day, you know what I mean? And we just sat there and I was just had beat block and I was just making up some dumb shit, you know what I mean? It was still we still in the lab, you know what I mean? We still
Okay.
trying to create something, you know what I mean? So and I've done that with like I said, with pretty much everybody I work with outside of people who like obviously hit me up on Instagram or something, you know what I mean? I need 2 hours to record. You know what I mean? That's different. That's
Yeah, yeah,
business,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? As far as
Okay.
making music, yeah. If we making music it's also every day. Like even with KT, I don't. He doesn't really rap. He doesn't really rap on every beat that. You know what I mean? He doesn't rap on my beats all like that, but I record him a lot. You know what I mean? So even that process every day, like pretty much all of his. You know what I mean? The latest mixtapes and albums, I recorded them. You know what I mean? I still
Okay.
got them on my
Okay.
laptop and shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that's an everyday process. That's every day I'm locking in with you on where you at. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, that if I'm not making music like that anymore, that's what I was saying with the motivation. I'm not really locking in. You know what I mean? Because the business transaction, I did that for 10 plus years. You know what I mean? I'm trying to. You know what I mean? We got to elevate this. We got to make it
No,
something
okay.
that it hasn't
For
been.
sure.
You know what I mean?
For
So
sure,
there
for
isn't a
sure.
difference with people. Nah, there isn't a difference. It's just all on me in that day.
Okay. Okay, for
Yeah.
sure. So basically, it's just a different type of relationship that's built if it's just me hitting you up on the gram, like, hey, I need to do a couple of hours in the studio, from when somebody's like, I want to do a whole album with you. I need you to record this whole album with me. Now that we locking in, it's more
Well,
serious
see,
to be locking in all that's up for a whole year.
right, and see, this is how it starts too. Because if we do lock in on some business shit, the first couple of times I see that you serious and you pay and you knock your shit out and you can't. You know what I mean, I'm gonna start being more lenient. You know what I mean, I'm gonna start being more lenient the next few times you come through, and then, you know what I mean, then that starts being like, you know what I mean. Then we start just trading. On, you know, you got some drone. Or, you know what I mean. You know what I
Oh,
mean. It just
yeah,
becomes
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
relationship. You
So
know what I mean?
it gets to be more personal in a way. Like it's
Right.
more we
So
building
yeah.
a trust type of thing.
Right. So once I see you come through and you serious and you got some shit going on, yeah, of course I'm gonna start. You know what I mean, start being more lenient
Okay.
towards the
No, for
situation.
sure,
Because
bro.
like I tell people all the time, I'm not trying to get rich off you as far as recording. I'm not going to get rich off. You know what I mean, recording people. I know that. So I'm not going to put my prices up there to where I'm seeming like I'm trying to get rich off people or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all on the package for me. You know what I mean?
No, for
The
sure. Okay.
package.
Okay. So, all right. We could end it right there, bro. Just go ahead and tell them exactly where they could find the beats at, bro, where they could purchase the beats at. I see that it is that you got some stuff on SoundCloud, SoundClick, because I'm looking at your links right here, Twitter.
Everywhere. And you know what's crazy? And I'm not sure if I'm going to start again. But that was my whole process of when I first started was getting on every site, getting my name on. I mean, even before I knew anything about algorithm, I knew that I had to. When you search my name, I gotta have like 10 Nick Knox, Nick Knox. You know what I mean? Like B story, B story, B story. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that's where I got links everywhere, man. I got people hitting me up from 15 years ago from links that I posted. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, I
for
remember. I
sure.
remember more seeing you on the SoundCloud side back in the day, and so
SoundCloud.
that's kind of where I got familiar with you more so on that wave because people weren't utilizing YouTube at that time like that. It was more so SoundCloud, SoundClick. People were dropping stuff on
Yeah.
like DatPiff and different things like that.
That's
But
the way. That's the way people was consuming music. It
yeah,
wasn't. Yeah, YouTube wasn't really consuming music. People, for people at that time. SoundCloud. I like to go with the wave, and SoundCloud was the wave at the time.
no,
SoundClick was the wave at the time too. I know you. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with SoundClick. Um,
yeah, I'm familiar with
that,
SoundClick. That's more for producers though. That's where you would see a lot
yeah,
of beats at. Yeah, that's what you would
yeah,
see a lot of beats at.
that's
Even
that
though
was like
SoundCloud,
Facebook.
SoundCloud used to be SoundCloud used to be a lot of beats too though. Before people started utilizing it to drop on there, a lot of people would
Yeah,
just
for
be
sure.
dropping beats on there.
Yeah, for sure. SoundCloud. Yeah, yeah, it
Um,
had for sure.
But with YouTube, I would say people didn't start really utilizing YouTube like that until like the Smacker Gang era, because that's what Dini was dropping on. They was
Yeah,
dropping Bad Intentions, Kadashim, the whole Kadashim tape. That was all on YouTube and SoundCloud.
right, right, and that and a lot, like you said earlier, a lot of that had to do with Thomas Tyrell and what he was doing with his
Yeah,
page before that. You know what I mean? Because before he was dropping videos on his page, Thomas Tyrell's page was to go listen to all the old school Dago Black. You know what I mean? That's Don Diego. You know what I mean? That was
yeah.
the
There you go.
music
Like
page that he
Don
went to.
Diego, Mitchie Slick, all those people. The
That was
people
the go-to for
before
sure.
all the newer people. Yeah, for sure.
Right. And
That's
so
more
he
so
built.
the older heads were using
Yeah.
Thomas Tyrell at that time.
Yeah, it was more of our
Like
generation. Yeah, they were for sure.
Storm and Norman. I
Yeah,
remember actually that Ryan Anthony was somebody that was producing for Storm and Norman and a couple of people like that, Don
yeah.
Diego. And I was like, what? I didn't know Ryan Anthony even was in the producer bag at all before, but he was.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, he was before everything. Yeah. Now that you say that for sure. Yeah.
But nah, for sure, bro. We can end it right here. I'm gonna just say, like, what's your advice to any artist right now trying to, get their stuff out there? They don't really know the producer like that. They kind of like skeptical about working with the producer because they don't really know him like that. What's your advice to them?
Right now, it's about it's about building your brand anyway. So it's before you even produce or anything, because producers are going to tap in regardless. You know what I mean? As long as you once you get motion, once you get something going, producers going to tap in. I'm doing it to this day. You know what I mean? If I hear something, I'm gonna tap in. You know what I mean? Um, so just focus on the brand and the lifestyle, being you,
Okay.
um, being you, because that's you know what I mean. That's what everything is gravitating towards. The streaming, the streamers. You know what I mean? Making money off that. And what I'm seeing is that people are gravitating to people who are just them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No matter how shitty they might be, you know what I mean, or how great they might be, if it's genuinely them, people will tap in and
No, for
music.
sure. So kind of just
That's
be
it for
be
me.
yourself, be original in a way for somebody to kind
Yeah,
of like you to like kind of stick out off the page, like, oh, hey, yeah, hey, he's dope. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
we're in a wave right now where there is a lot of repetitiveness. There is a lot of people that
Right.
sound the same.
Exactly. Exactly. And too much of the same. And it's like it's too close. You know what I mean? Like it never used to be like this. You know what I mean? Like everybody used to have to be different to be
Yeah,
heard. Nowadays it's like, oh shit, that shit blew up. Let me make something exactly like that. And you know what I mean? Maybe I don't know. I don't understand the process. Maybe I'll blow up too, or I don't. You know what I mean? I don't get it because I never. Once that hit is made, that hit is made. You can't
yeah, yeah, yeah.
recreate that. I mean, that's where you get what hit wonders from. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, I would just say, yeah, just be you and pay attention to what's going on. Try to stay above the competition and above try to get ahead of the curve, get
Okay.
ahead of stay. Pay attention to what's going on the internet for sure. 'Cause that's where it is, and that's where it's going. That's where it's gonna be. Hate to say it, because I came up in a you know what I mean, where it was harder. You know what I mean, but
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot easier now. So that's why I say like it's really not that many obstacles to really go through to get your stuff out there. Not like how it was before. It was a lot harder.
yeah, and it's just about finding your people and getting paid. Finding your people, finding that community. You know what I mean?
Right.
Building that community. You know what I mean? That's really just what it's about. You know what I mean? Because a million people is not that many people, but that's a lot to get paid from. You know what I mean? Like
Not sure.
if you think about it, that's all you need. You know what I mean? That's all you need. Even if you get 100,000 people, you know what I mean? Out of this world, that's nothing. You know what I mean? So just find your
Okay.
people and lock in and pay attention.
Nah,
You know
for
what I
sure,
mean?
for sure, bro. Okay, boom. Make sure y'all go tap in with Nick Knox, man. Get one of those blabs, bro, because his beats are
Yeah,
always heat, bro. For sure, for sure. You see it right there, Nick Knox, OTB.com right there. You could go ahead and purchase the beats right there. Tap in with them on IG if you're trying to record and stuff like that. I don't know if are you still doing like like if somebody were to reach out to you right now, like, hey, I'm trying to record, or you're not like
yeah.
really doing
I'll pull up. I'll pull up right now. I'll pull up if you got a space to record, or if you got, I mean, if you need something to record real quick,
Yeah,
I'll pull
okay.
up
Okay, for sure,
right
bro.
now for
All
sure.
right, well
Yes.
this was dope. This was dope, bro. This was definitely a dope one for sure. I know a lot of people are gonna tap in and be like, damn, like they're talking about a whole they're just talking about every generation from all the different waves. Yeah, because that's how it was, bro. Like that's what we've seen. So that's why I wanted to speak with you about it,
For
because I knew
sure.
you were a part of all of those waves. You were a part of all those waves.
Right
So
here.
I'm pretty sure you did some work with Jizo and Creed
Oh
J and
yeah.
them before, right?
Oh
Yeah. So
yeah. Yeah. I got a whole project with Jizo for sure. For sure. 1,000%. Yeah. All of them. Lil Mac, I was working with him every day. I mean, just on some producer shit, just on some homie shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, sure, yeah.
For sure, bro. Make sure you tap into this interview, man. Get some insight on the history of this Dago wave type of thing and how a lot of the waves are real similar to what it is right now. It's just a little different. That's all it is. Just a little different spiel, a little different flavor than what it was before. But they got it from before. They got it from the
Yeah.
people before then. You know what I'm saying? So we're
And
gonna
it's
leave it
all
right there.
naturally.
We're gonna
That's
leave it
what's
right
dope
there.
about
We're gonna play this clip right here of you on the piano in the beginning, bro, and we're gonna end it right there. And then I'm gonna tap in with you right now and send you all the clips and shit so you can post it.
it. All right, bet. All right, bro. Good
For sure,
looking.
bro. We gonna lock in for
Yeah.
sure. I'm gonna fuck with you on some beats though, for sure, bro. And have a blessed one and appreciate your time, gang.
All right, bro. Likewise.
Yep. Love.
Native currency.
This is a Noxx production.